Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. Now jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who the bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich dandy. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show.
Yo, welcome back. This is our 112th show. Like, share, subscribe. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Habits Glass and Goodies, 3 locations here in Omaha. Kocha Chiropractic on 114th and Blondo, and Olson's Auto Parts or Olson Auto Service in Blair, Nebraska. I'm actually doing a little part-time there, powder coating and
that's sick.
little painting stuff,
Okay,
and things like
well,
that.
I know where to go if I need it then.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I needed some more physical activity and something that was going to challenge me a little bit. So that's been dope.
I love that. Yeah.
But so we got Drama the artist of Loud Pack Entertainment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed and I am highly favored and I'm grateful to be here.
That's what's up. It's been a little minute since you were in here. Obviously, you were here for bars, but yeah, we wanted to get you back. I feel like we got a lot of little things to talk about here. I kind of wanted to start with, when you were looking at starting Loud Pack, what were your motivations or what was your kind of vision behind that?
Ooh, okay. So Loud Pack, this is like the third coming of Loud Pack, honestly. So when I first started Loud Pack, it was me, it was Tiza, my dog from New York, that's a part of the group now. His older brother Mello. And then was Cash Capri, my friend Jay Nasty, and I think that was it at that point. If I forgot anybody, like, my bad, but it's been a long time, so that was pretty early on. And then my boy Jay Nasty passed away. He got in a car accident. He was like 17, bro. Didn't even live to see 18, bro. And like honestly, it took me away from the music for a while because I was like, it just kind of messed me up. I was like, that was my dog. And my other friend Dylan, who was like my biggest fan and like one of my best friends at the time, he passed away with him. He was 19, bro. He didn't even see 21. Right. So honestly, it took me away from music for a long time, bro. I lost like my desire to make music because like I was just kind of crushed because like I honestly saw Jay Nasty as the future, bro. Like he reminded me of a younger me, but like if I would have started rapping earlier, like he was 17 and he was rapping like he was 25, and I really just thought he was the future of the group, and eventually I knew that like when I retired, I was just gonna manage him and help push him and make him great. And when he passed away, it just kind of like threw a loop in all my everything, bro. Because you think you have it mapped out,
yeah.
You think you have a plan for things, and then the universe takes its course, and things happen. And so for a while, I just kind of went away from it, kind of went away from the Loud Pack thing for a little bit. And kind of dissolved the group because everybody went off and did their own thing.
Yeah.
Eventually, I got back into music because a friend of mine at the time, Will Wright, he was an engineer. He is an engineer at Mapleweed now, but he was working out of a house in Lincoln. And I commented on a post one year for a Christmas giveaway. So they were giving away 3 hours of studio time for free. And if you comment on this post, share, whatever. So I did that and I won. And I went over there and we ended up making some really great music that day. Like it was really phenomenal music. I ended up making basically my whole project in there called Cult Leader.
Okay.
So I basically made the whole project Cult Leader in there that day, besides like maybe 2-3 songs. So I was one of my first projects as dramatic back in the day. So I was dramatic at that time. But it was kind of like confusing. Like it was hard to say because it was spelled weird. It was DRVMATIK. So it's hard to say that like everything was coming out with like Alexa and all that. And everybody was like, oh, Alexa, play my song. and like I would be trying to be like play dramatic, and it would be like play some completely different stuff, because it wasn't spelled right. So I tried to say Dervmatique, you know what I mean? I tried to say whatever it took, couldn't get it to work. So eventually I had to rebrand as Drama. So after that project, I started dropping music as Drama. I signed to True Fortune, went away from the Loud Pack stuff, came back together, and it was just me, Mello, and Teaser again. So it was kind of just the original core three, besides my guy Jay Nasty. And so we were making music kind of on BandLab, making music on our phones, you know what I mean? And it was a great time. And we were dropping music on YouTube consistently. We built up a crazy following on YouTube. Mello was a master marketer back in the day. He grew all these pages and groups for us to thousands of people, created an audience for Loud Pack that still exists today. And his wife helped a lot too, Selena. But Mello ended up getting a job in the mines, right? So Mello,
Sounding like we back in the 40s.
Straight
up,
you
don't
bro,
ever hear nobody talking about we in the mines.
I know, dude. I'm like upstate New York, though. I guess that's normal, So he got to go in the mines where he literally rigs explosions to detonate underground.
That's a fire ass job.
Yeah, and he gets paid, like six figures to do it, So I can't say I'm gonna make you six figures in a year independently making music, and if that takes up all your time, then of course that's gonna take you away from it. Plus he got kids and stuff, and it was time for him to retire more.
Well, I mean, that's the ultimate job, just blowing some shit up. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. You just get it going and rig it, and then just like go out, smoke a cigarette while they blow some shit up. Like,
yeah,
that would be chill.
Yeah, I could do it.
Cut the check.
If any of y'all are hiring,
right?
Yeah.
So after that, what had happened was, so Mello left the group because he basically retired. So it was just me and Teaser, and me and Teaser were great together. Like we're amazing together. Teaser's like my music twin. Like I feel like we make the same type of music. We feed off each other. We're very like sad boy emotional people. Even though like we may be in better situation, but we still can always go back to that place easily. And a lot of our music reflects that emotion. And so Teaser and I were making music together, and I just decided like one day, like we just kind of need to grow. And so from there, I ended up talking to, I think the first person that we added was Kaizo, our producer. Kaizo has been a producer I've known for a long time from Kearney, from GI, from that area, from like the Tri-Cities over there. And he used to work with ABTK and Good Life. I don't know. Adam Bomb the King was a big operator back in the day. Somebody that I respect a lot. I have a song with, and somebody who honestly did mentor me a lot in the rap game. But his album or his record label Good Life kind of dissipated, and so they all kind of went their separate ways. And Kaiser wasn't really doing anything besides just making beats independently. And we connected again online because he was working on a project. So I did this song with him called "What's the Move." I did a project with him called "The Price of Fame," and so "The Price of Fame" was kind of like a dedication style project where it was like covering different popular songs in my own styles and like remixing them. So that was really fun, and I enjoyed doing that with him. But then we kind of just got back into it, and I brought him into the fold with Loud Pack. He started remaking beats for us. From there, we decided we wanted to add some more people to the fold for sure, to get more artists in there, to kind of, iron sharpens iron. And there's a lot of artists that are kind of just outcasts. And that's always been my thing. Like I love Jaden Smith, and I love what he built with Misfits. And I think that's kind of like what I've always built to, or tried to build, is like we tried to do it with Juju. Well, I know you know Juju.
Yeah.
We did this like Misfit circle with Juju, myself, Mumbles, and Kid Corduroy. But at the time, we were all just going through so much stuff and had so much extra things taking our attention. It was hard for us to get together and really make it a reality.
Mumbles is one of the local dudes I haven't had in here. And
man, shout out Mumbles. Like Mumbles is I love Mumbles, bro. Like Mumbles is a great human being. Mumbles is somebody that is not afraid to be vulnerable, to be out there, to really show people who he is and what he's about. And I think that someday that will open a lot of great doors for him. he's also just a genius, bro. Works on robotics and does some really cool stuff with his actual life. So I got a lot of respect for him.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. How'd you end up linking out with Cordell?
So Cordell and I, the first time, I don't know if this was the first time we ever linked, actually. So Cordell and I have definitely done a few shows together. I think we did shows at maybe the Tequila Garage back in the day for like Stoner Jordan type stuff. You know, he'd always come through and come to the Tequila Garage, and we link up with those things. But Cordell was somebody I just started seeing everywhere. You know what I mean? When you're in the music scene and you work hard, you want to be in the circles of people that are working just as hard as you, right?
Yeah.
And so I was with True Fortune for a little bit. I signed with True Fortune. Signed with this artist, Priceless Lion. That's now, I think he's like David James or something now. I've signed to him for a little bit. It was a fun journey. It was a fun ride. Signed my brother for a little bit as well. But eventually, like, we kind of just had to grow, you know, and like we had kind of trauma bonded through a lot of stuff, and I think it was time for us to kind of go our separate ways after all that stuff. And so we did go our separate ways after that. So Cordell and I, we just kind of started seeing each other everywhere. When I went to Stoner Fest in Utah, Cordell was there.
Okay.
You know, when I went to some other type of festival in some other state, Cordell was there. We went to Freedom Fest in New Mexico, Cordell was there. And I'm like, okay, so this is somebody obviously that is very hardworking, that pays attention to people's stuff and knows how to navigate the scene. Because that's kind of what I do too. You know, I see somebody post about a show or a promoter shouting them out, whatever. Like, of course, I add them right away, start liking their stuff subtly, like get kind of like in their zone, in their box, because like that's what it takes in the music industry. Networking is the true currency. You know what I mean? And so Cordell and I just started seeing each other everywhere. And eventually I was like, this dude is cool as shit. Like, I really just fuck with Cordell heavy. Like, somebody that I really feel like no matter what situation we've ever been in, we're both still on the same level at all times. Like, and we've been in some crazy situations because like we've been on tour. You know, we were in Vegas on tour and a lot of crazy stuff happened while we were there. A lot of crazy stuff happened on tour in general, you know, and you see the good, the bad, and the ugly of people. But when you meet people on tour, that you see the good and the bad and the ugly, but they're still kind of the same person throughout that whole thing. Those are the people you kind of want to surround yourself with too, you know. And Cordell was a person like that for me. Like, I really just admired him, the way he navigated things, and saw a lot of my own qualities in there too. And also, like, I think also when you want to become friends with people, you see qualities that you don't have too, but you know that like being around those people and you know, learning how people navigate and do things. Like, I'm autistic, so I'm always trying to learn how people do things, you know. So when I see people that have qualities that I don't have that I want, heck yeah, I'm gonna surround myself with them because I learn by immersion. And I've learned a lot from Cordell, you know, like, and I've learned a lot from all the guys in Loud Pack because everybody has these qualities that I lack. Like, Trap is probably the greatest networker I've ever met in my life.
He's
like,
all over.
He can walk into a room,
media.
Bro, and like within like 20 minutes, he'll come back to me and he'll tell me about like 5 different people he met that have like crazy connections or important things going on. And it's like, it's just incredible because I've never met somebody who can just open up a room like that and make it so small and so just like accessible and feel so comfortable in their own skin to navigate every situation accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like sometimes I think like, especially as artists, and like an autistic person, I feel like imposter syndrome is very real, and I feel like sometimes as artists we get intimidated in those situations. But like, I just get inspired, bro. Like, I'm like I get to be around these people that do such amazing things and are so incredible, and I think like that's the blessing in it for me. I never look at myself in Loud Pack as like I'm the greatest artist in the group, like I'm the greatest promoter in the group. No, bro. I'm literally just the guy that brought us all together.
Yeah.
Like, we are all great in our own respect, bro. Like, I'm literally just the guy that got us all in the same room. That's it. Like,
yeah. And, you know, all kind of entrepreneurs. Cordell, Boogie with the Goodies.
Bro, he is so inspirational.
He got Boogie's Bounce Houses.
Yes, bro. I was talking the other day about his son Cam, and I was like, you know, Cam is going to grow up into a really incredible young man because of the role models he has in his life, bro, because Cordell is a phenomenal role model. He's got multiple businesses. He's already, you know, talking to Cam about like the bouncy house business is yours, you know, as soon as you're ready to run it. And like, that's just so cool, bro. And also like, I'm in a sense Cam's uncle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like when I'm over there, I was pulling Amazon vans into the driveway to detail last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm sure seeing that stuff too from your uncle, you have all these wonderful, hardworking men in your life that are making their own way and making their own money and showing you how it can be done. And like he is just a brilliant, bright kid, and he has such a great future ahead of him as a result, I think.
Yeah. You and Cordell kind of recently started something new.
Mm.
And again, entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
What'd you shake out here?
Yeah, so we recently just started Prime Level Cleaning. So it's we're a cleaning company. We're a cleaning and detail company. So we operate as Prime Level Cleaning and Detail. But we serve Omaha and Lincoln, and we do house cleaning. We do residential cleaning. We do commercial cleaning for businesses as well. We do rental cleaning for like Airbnbs and Verbos. And then we also do auto detailing, and we're getting real close to having a full mobile setup for auto detailing where I can literally come wash the outside of the vehicle, do the inside of the vehicle, make it sparkly.
Get a hot seat and all that.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's. I got a couple cars you could probably detail.
Oh heck yeah, bro! I would love it. I really do enjoy it, and I'm working on another contract right now too with another rental company. So hoping it all shakes out, and we're just kind of working and growing. And I'm really blessed to have Cordell in my corner because obviously, I mean, he already has experience running businesses, but also just somebody that I really would trust with my life. And there's very few people on this planet I would say that about. So.
Yeah. Well, and if you find them, you got to hang on to them.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get more business cleans in. I'm excited to get more rental cleans in. I definitely want to clean more residential stuff too, especially in the wintertime. I love doing the auto detailing, but like when it starts snowing like this, I'm thinking about, hey, who can I come in their house and make that shit sparkle? Because I love to do a great job for somebody.
Right. You almost have to have a heated garage to be able to.
Oh man, I was cleaning one of the Amazon vans a couple weeks ago, and the cleaner was freezing onto the windshield, and I was spraying it on, and I was like, "What? I've never seen this in my life." But,
right. That's crazy. It's got alcohol in it too. Like, how does it?
Yeah, I was mind blown.
So you guys been doing a bunch of, I don't know, kind of leveling up on your visibility, social media wise, and I mean, Trap, like you had said earlier, is kind of the king of that. But I've seen you guys kind of doing some little podcast stuff, and
Yeah, definitely.
it looks like honestly just having a little more fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I mean, I think if you're going to make content, it should definitely be something that doesn't feel forced. It should be something that feels natural, that feels true to you. Nobody wants to. If you hate hamburgers, you wouldn't go around and have a hamburger review show.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like sometimes I feel like because we're all just striving for that social excellence. Like I feel like people all try so many different avenues and routes because they see it working for other people. But like at the end of the day, like don't even worry about necessarily trying everything that works for other people. Like sit down and think about the things that you really love. Like think about the things that you really love, that you really love to do, that you want to talk about, and then sit around with your friends and make them a reality. I tell people all the time, like it isn't difficult to get going, and especially if you surround yourself with good people that are motivated and driven towards the same goals. Cordell, Garrett, Bleezy,
Yeah.
and myself, we all got Canon cameras that are the exact same camera. They're the exact same mount. So we have like 5 or 6 different lenses between the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And if we ever want to get together and shoot something, we have 3 cameras, 6 lenses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can make it happen, and we can interchange anything with anything. And really it's just about locking in with your friends and making something a reality, bro. Like when we sat down to start doing the podcast thing, like we wanted to do Pack Talk. So Pack Talk was just kind of a fun thing. I was like, I want to sit in my buddy's garage and smoke blunts, and I just want to BS about whatever, aliens, music industry, AI. Maybe even we get like into the down to the road of getting canceled sometime and talk about politics. I don't know. We haven't got there yet. We might.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm just having fun, bro. And like it shouldn't feel forced. We literally take the camera, we set it up, you shoot the hour long, whatever. and then throw it into Opus Clip or something else and just let it chop it up, you know? And at the end of the day, like it really isn't that hard. There's so much tools available and so many people overcomplicate just being visible online and stuff like that. You know, yeah, it may cost a monthly fee or, you know, but is it worth it? Is it worth it to you to look better online? Is it worth it to you to look more professional and put together? At the end of the day, most of us can't hire a full team of people to do what a lot of these things combined can do.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, let's be real. The brotherhood of getting together with the boys and
Man,
doing your thing. And like I said, it just looks like fun.
yeah.
It kind of, while we're on the topic of fun, like I just want to shout out like Race Coakley and Keeping Up with the Homies.
Man, humongous shout out.
Yeah.
I will say, like, there's a little part of me that's like, I'm a little sad because I wanted to be in the season, but that's good. That means he's doing his job, bro. At the end of the day, like, I love everything that Race does, everything that Dewey does. Those guys are extremely creative. They're geniuses. Dewey shot my wedding video. You know, like I'm locked in with these guys. I love them for life, and I'm just feel like we're so blessed to be in a place where people are doing stuff like that. Like it feels like LA sometimes being in Omaha, you know?
No, they're doing that show again. It looks like fun, and like they're all a bunch of homies and like hanging out, filming dumb shit, like dreams.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this was. Like, let's hang out and film some dumb shit and
straight up
and laugh with each other, and it's. Yeah. So shout out to Race, who's the creator, and Dewey and all the guys on that. That is dope, and I enjoy that.
Me too. It's a lot of fun, bro. Like I just feel, like I said, I just feel so blessed to be in a place where like people are doing stuff like this, and like I have a couple of really good plans too that I'm bringing to Race too, but I'm gonna about it right now. You know what I mean? But we definitely have some stuff that we're cooking up. That it is going to be really cool for the scene. So
dope. You got a couple shows coming up here.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we decided this year. Last year we did a show a month, right? And we were like, this was awesome. We did a show a month. But I also felt like with us all being as busy as we are, sometimes we were still rushing to get things done, and we were still like we like to do things big. We like to build a custom set for each show. You know, we don't necessarily like to stick to the same set all the time. You don't know what people are going to love, what people are going to like, etc. And we also have been trying to like, you know, perform without backtracks and have vocal presets on our vocals when we perform. So it's quite a process to do all that automation and everything. And to do a show a month was really exhausting and hard on us last year. And I felt like it did kind of cause an unnecessary strain on what it was we were doing. And that's no discredit to anybody. It's just the fact of the matter is when you're artists that are in a group, things need to be rehearsed, things need to be gone through, things need to be airtight, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't doing a show a month. And we wanted to kind of take some time to kind of tighten that up. So
yeah,
that's what we did. We took a couple months off here. We're tightening things up. We're coming out in April 2nd at the Bourbon. We're going to be opening for a guy named after a cracker, Ritz. You know, and I'm a huge Ritz fan. I actually have a feature with Ritz, but it was like it's hard to explain. So it was one of those like things where like you buy like a pack.
Yeah.
And then like it had like pre-recorded features in it. You know what I mean? So like I haven't dropped it because to be honest with you, I worry too much about what people think. And I get tired of people talking. And you know, when I drop some stuff like that, everybody gonna have something to say about like this is the same feature everybody have, and like I don't know why I get in my head about things like that, but I do because I would rather like if I'm gonna do a song with Ritz, I want to sit down with Ritz and do something original. Like I want him to write around what I come up with, not him to write to a beat and then me to come up with a song around it. I'm not great at that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm great at organically creating things from my brain. And I am good like when people give me stuff and writing on topic, but at the same time, like I prefer like creating the creating the foundation for it, especially if I'm going to work with another artist, because then I get to see, well, what are you going to bring to the table to kind of like complement what it is that I do. And I think that's the coolest thing about making art.
I
Being
brought the
human.
meat. Bring some fire ass potatoes.
Amen, bro. Amen. You got the seasoning for this?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. So then after the bourbon,
Mhm.
and is that still in April or is that in March that we
Yeah,
got?
that's in April. April 2nd. We'll be there, and then you got Glizzy Fest. Glizzy
Yes.
Fest right after that, you know.
Which Glizzy Fest is great. We had a
Man,
ton of fun last year.
I'm excited. I didn't get to go last year. I had some other things going. I was actually out of state last year, I think, for something. I don't remember what I was doing last year. So we're doing a lot of work out of state last year. So
either way, multiple days, multiple artists.
man, they're
It's
killing it.
going to be slinging the hot dogs and
that's what I'm there for. I mean, he told me hot dog eating contest. I was like, you didn't even got to put me on the show. Just let me in the hot dog eating contest, bro. Like, I'll eat an 18 pack of hot dogs in a week and not blink. You know?
Damn. Bro, I heard some stuff about every hot dog you eat takes like 28 minutes off your life.
Man, that's crazy. I'm gonna die next week.
Right? The Glizzy Gobbler himself.
The Glizzy Gobbler. No, he said something about having who's the guy, the hot dog guy that eats all the hot dogs.
Like C10?
No, the famous guy that. Shoot, I can't think of his name.
Chestnut, Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut. He was talking about like we were trying to get Joey Chestnut there, and I was like, bro, if Joey Chestnut come, like I'm gonna dethrone him, bro, because I'm a Glizzy Gobbler, bro. People don't understand it. It's not like my proudest thing to say, like I am a Glizzy Gobbler, but you know, at the end of the day, I am a Glizzy Gobbler.
Bro, say it loud. Yeah, buddy. No, there's always. I mean, we got. I believe Elusive Eagle and them guys are coming down from.
I'm excited.
Wisconsin
I'm excited to meet him too. Like I've never actually met him, but I follow him online, and I really do like respect what he's doing. I love what he does with his camera and stuff. I think it's great. Like something that Dewey said to me a long time ago that stuck with me is that people can all get the same camera and do something different with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I think that Elusive Eagle always pushes the envelope of like creative edits and things, and I love that because like that's what I grew up doing. Like I was on Tumblr, I was making creative band edits, you know, with like a quote from a song and like a picture of a band and like coloring it and doing all kinds of different stuff. And that's the first times I ever went viral. So I love that type of stuff.
So not only is he a fire artist, but he's like a great human and like person. So, and like he was at when King ISO shot the video with E40, he was there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember him putting behind the scenes from that.
Yeah. I mean, that's,
just legendary.
You're doing some things with your camera if you're in that room.
Oh my gosh, for real. That's how I felt when I was sitting in the same room, Bubba Sparks, when I worked over at Paradise for a little bit when I was doing music videos and stuff up there. And I wasn't even really filming anything. I was just helping out, with the atmosphere, but it was cool. Just being in that environment, you feel like you might be going in the right direction.
Yeah. So did you set a limit to your shows this year, or you? I mean, you got those two scheduled.
We do. We do have those two scheduled. And actually, I think we might, if we do end up having a set on, Glizzy Fest, which it is. I don't know if it's like set in stone or if it's up in there or whatever, but we may have a set at Glizzy Fest. If we do, we'll probably end up doing the same set from the Rich show. Just to keep it, short and sweet.
Right around the corner. You can't, a whole new.
Don't want to do too many, like overload ourselves. But yeah, we just trying to not overdo it, oversaturate too, and we want to make sure we give ourselves proper time to promote. Yeah. We've all kind of upped, like we were talking about, how like content and social media has kind of become a currency for us. Like we all, myself and Cordell and a couple other people got what's called Content 360. So Content 360.
Actually, I think I'd just seen that, and it like goes out to all the.
Yeah, it allows you to post to everything pretty much at once, and you can like copy and paste posts and all that stuff, and it's crazy and it's good and it's fast. And like the only thing I will say is like sometimes I feel like algorithmically stuff doesn't necessarily get as much respect because I feel like you can tell it's coming from something like that, but at the same time, like if you just want to continuously push content, like, and if you're consistent with it, it doesn't matter. Like consistency is the key on social media. So like something that Guerrero told me, shout out Eric Guerrero, Guerrero Media, super dope dude. He owns Best Buds.
Okay.
Smoke Shop.
I've heard of it. I haven't been in
And
there,
he
but I've
also
heard
owns
of it.
a Guerrero Media Company. They do like show recaps, and he does a lot of stuff for the Royal Grove in Lincoln. He told me, he posts like 8 times a day, and he just wants to continuously be consistent with that, and it's stuff like what we're talking about, like Opus Clip, like where it's like you take a long thing and you chop it up, and then you take the ones that perform the best and you put them up. And so he does that like 8 times a day, you know what I mean? And that's really like, at the end of the day, just being consistent like that is what you got to do. Like, and he really opened my eyes to that too, because like I feel like I was overcomplicating things. And when we had a discussion shortly after is when we ended up starting our like own podcast and stuff.
Yeah. The podcast is fun, just getting together with the
Oh,
boys
it's just
again.
so fun.
That's
The drives and discussions one I think like I enjoy the most, like me and Bleezy came up with, was drives and discussions. And like honestly, it's literally just like our weekly dispensary trip up to Missouri, and we pick some topics to talk about, and we go back and forth asking each other questions. At the end of the day, I think like people just want to see your actual personality, and like no matter what you do, if you're an artist, you're an influencer, whatever it may be, people just want to see who you are, and like you find things that you like to show people, things that you're passionate about, and things that you like have fun with, and like that's what makes people fall in love with you, because like no one's gonna fall in love with you if you're not having fun online.
right.
If you don't have any energy and you're talking videos, like a lot of people post talking videos, but if you're sitting there like, hey, you really should post more videos, like no one's gonna listen to that. But if you're like, hey, you know what you should do? You should be posting more videos. Like,
Right.
like it's
look at the energy Trap has on every video.
Bro, his energy is unlimited. Honestly, like bro doesn't even sleep. Like it's crazy to me. I don't get
He's a fucking
it.
vampire, man.
I don't get it, bro. Like somebody that doesn't do no uppers, that doesn't barely sleeps, wakes up with the energy he does, drops 100 videos a day. Like sometimes.
Does he got kids?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he's got sons, bro.
Crazy.
And they're young too. They're wild and rambunctious, but they're kind of like him too. They're kind of bosses, and I love that. Like I think I love seeing how my friends' kids kind of adapt traits from their dads, and when I surround myself with great men, you know what I mean? I don't surround myself with nobody that I wouldn't consider a great man. And so like it's just cool to see that these young men are taking on these qualities from these great men. And like it's wild, because for me, like I was a little shit at that age, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't taking no qualities from great men. I was just wild, and I was telling my uncle's friends that they were crazy and stuff, because like my uncle would tell me, oh man, Fred's crazy, and then like I see Fred come around and I say, you crazy Fred. And like you know what I mean? Like I was not no boss kid like some of these kids is. Kids are way more mature, I feel like, than they used to be, and I feel like part of that's unfortunate, because like they don't get to enjoy things like they used to. But at the same time, like part of it's a blessing, because I feel like if we would have grown up faster, we'd have been able to accomplish things faster too. At least my generation.
But like
we was wild.
I look back at being a kid, and like the creek time, like going down and running the creek with my homies, and like catching frogs, and bro, like, look, I was never a small dude, so like, but I thought I could skateboard for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
like,
we all thought we could skateboard for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I don't know, bro. I look at what they do and what I did as a kid, and I'm like, bro, I like was out running the world.
Yeah, it felt like that for real.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and but like they're so stuck on their video games, and I like was kind of explaining that to my 9-year-old the other day, like, and he was like, I'm gonna make a goal not to play video games until the summer, and I'm like, hey, that's a great goal. I was like, and I've been trying to get him to get back into the gym with me and stuff like that, but trying to motivate him to, I don't know, man, be a better father example than I had, you know what I mean, down the road here.
Definitely.
Trying to show him how to raise his grandkids. I talk to him like he's an adult, explain actual situations.
Mm-hmm.
He's smart. We had the dog biting incidents in the little town I live in, and because of that stuff, he knows how to move, like when an animal's attacking, like he knows to get behind me and move almost militarily because of the situations we've been in, and he's wise beyond his years. I feel like he's the non beat up version of me. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, Now, if I could just get him to get outside, he plays all the sports, but as soon as he gets home, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play this video game."
Yeah, yeah. I know. It's crazy because like, you think about being sensory overloaded, right? And it's crazy because I feel sensory overloaded all the time, right? And I sometimes feel like a child too because like even if I'm sensory overloaded at the end of the day, I still just want to throw on NCAA football.
And see, I didn't have a game system as a kid. Like my
Yeah.
first system was like right after I graduated. One of my buddies was like, "I can't believe you've never had an Xbox or any of that shit. So here's an Xbox." And that was kind of my introduction. And I gamed hard for a couple years, right out of high school. But I just don't play much anymore unless it's with the kids.
Yeah.
That's like I have buddies all the time. They're like, "Play with me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I got shit to do." But if the kids ask me, I'm like, "Oh yeah, you ready to get your ass whooped?"
Right. For real. That's like duty though. You gotta do that.
Yep, they do be whooping me though. But I'm starting to. They introduced a new game, and I'm getting better at it. And yeah, nothing like getting they kill you, and they're like making sound effects while they do it. It's like whoop, and you're like, oh.
Oh shoot, that's it's funny because like when I used to think I was really good at like NCAA football, and then my little cousin whooped my butt, and I was like, bro, like we were friends.
My 16-year-old bro whoops my ass in Madden and NCAA. Like I gave him a run for a little while, but then he figured out how to like audible and like.
Oh yeah, that'll get you for real. Once you learn how to recognize coverage.
Yeah, and I never learned how to like read all the defenses and stuff like he did. I just knew how to play. But he can like look at he can go, "You're gonna run it this way," and I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" And I don't know how to audible out of it. You know what I mean? So I just gotta like just try to pound it in, and it don't ever work, dude. He stomps my ass. It's
the key is like so you hit your like square or whatever, like your inside button to audible, right? And then when you pick whatever play, but you can hold your trigger, your left trigger, and it'll show you whatever play you're running. So like then when you audible, you know what the play is at least.
All right. And that's maybe what I
just might pull that one out,
I could sit down and practice a little bit and maybe get the edge back, but I figured out like as soon as I'm pissed off, like as soon as I let the anger, I start just like whoa,
just like doing
and then it just goes
stuff.
It's just a spiral to the ground then, bro. It's like then it becomes 40 points he's up and I'm
bro.
Yeah.
That, you know what's crazy? I don't even do this against people, bro. Like I put myself on Heisman and sometimes like I'll get to the point where like I just really need to smoke in the day and I haven't smoked and I'm still playing video games and then I'm like, dude, I'm trying to yeet these passes. I'm trying to go for it on every fourth down. I haven't got it on the last three. My defense did stop them, but I'm still down 17. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like,
no, he stomps my ass and laughs about it.
And, they gotta enjoy it while they can have it. Whatever victories they can have, you gotta let them have it, I guess.
But that 16-year-old's also part of what got me back into the gym. He started pushing me around a little bit. Awesome. Like I'm like, okay, I can't let him whoop me.
Right. I love that. I respect that. I think that's something people don't talk about enough. It's just how much our kids just make us like better. How much our kids just make us stronger. How much our kids make us think about things we'd never even think about. And open our eyes to things that we'd never see otherwise.
Yeah. Well, bro, my kids opened up my eyes to everything. I mean, and it was shit. Didn't even really see it until I had my back surgery. Like I was stuck on the couch for 6 weeks and like seeing everything that I was missing and like instantly knew life had to change. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I had to. So yeah, now I'm broke, but I'm around my kids all the time. So I mean, but in a way, like I'm also richer than I've ever been. You know what I mean?
I mean, amen to that. Like, they always talk about how like people would never make it unless they've already felt like they've made it. If you really learn how to love the life that you live, that's how you really feel like you made it.
Right. Right. You just got to find the way to be happy with where you're at and yourself. I'm working on that myself.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I am too. Every day. I think that's one of those uphill battles, and I feel like sometimes I'm never going to reach the top of that hill. But at the end of the day, like I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to try.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm figuring out that I talk too much shit to myself every day.
Bro, me too. I was just talking to him the other day because my wife and I are both. I feel like we're both very successful. She's manages a store, and she's managed other stores before this, and I've managed stores and done other things. I've ran entire multimedia departments and different things. Uh, but we just talk about how like being your biggest critic. Like some people are like, oh, like you shouldn't be your biggest critic, but like honestly, like I feel like I'm ruthless to myself.
Oh, same.
But I also feel like if I wasn't to a degree this ruthless, I would not accomplish anything.
Or would you explode and double everything up because you don't have something holding you back?
And I wonder about that too sometimes. I think about what it would be if I didn't feel restricted to do certain things, to feel not necessarily like I'm in a box, but just kind of like I am finding like held back to do certain things. I do think about that a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've realized how much I have impeded myself. Even just talk, bro, it's been a process trying to quit talking shit to myself. And like, how do the people that don't do that, like,
Mm.
how did you figure that out?
Yeah, how'd you get to the bottom of that? Well, I just recently found out like some people don't have an inner monologue, and I'm like, how do you exist? And then I like you're around them, and they just say these things out loud that are absolutely batshit crazy all the time, and you're like, oh, so you don't have an inner monologue? You just have to say it out loud, because like, well, I'll be around this dude. I'm around this dude one time, and he worked in the suit store. He's like one of the guys that works in the suit store that I go to, and he's customer come in and she was saying something to him or whatever, and he like walked away from her, and he like walked over to me, and he's like, I'm gonna stab her. And I was like, whoa, bro.
That's
Whoa.
something you're supposed to keep inside.
It was like the intrusive thoughts coming fully out right now. Like, well, I didn't know how to respond to that. He was so like so deadpan about it.
Well, I have figured out how much the mind sort of where you project what you want. Like if you're trying to have that good day, you got to get up and talk good about yourself. And
Oh yeah. Bro.
it's almost like you literally can control your day with your mind, and it's almost scary. But like I'm trying to work on all that.
You ever think about hypnotism? Like there's sometimes where I feel like I don't want to be a negative person, right? But I feel like being a realist and being somebody that has a very wide third eye makes me into one a lot, right? But I think about all the time, like, what if I was hypnotized to wake up and every single day be like, this is a good day, right? And so I try to hypnotize myself with like affirmation.
Yeah.
And I mean, that does stuff to an extent for sure. But like, I think about like, what if there was just like nothing stopping me from any situation looking like a bright one? You know what I mean? What if there was, because you talk about like people like Jay-Z, like, I mean, whether or not he's in whatever, we're not going to talk about that. But he said that doing something great in your life is not like when you do something yourself. He said it's when something happens to you and you don't do anything. Like when something happens to you and you don't do anything, you don't respond negatively, you don't react to it, right? That's what empowers you to find a win within a loss, right? And that's something that I've thought about like my whole life, is like how many times that I am hypercritical of situations and I don't look for that.
You ready for this? This one, if you let it set in, it hurts.
Uh-huh.
What does life look like if you allow yourself to be happy?
I think about that. I do think about that a lot too, bro, because like it's just sunshine and rainbows. Because like I said, I feel like I've already made it. I feel like I've already made it, like for real. And I feel like if I would just accept that and more live every day with just like I've already made it, I can do whatever I want, rather than like I still have to prove myself at every corner of everything that I do.
Yeah.
That I would be a lot more happy.
I just hope that I can find a way to leave more for my kids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? That's my biggest I need to figure that out. Like I'm doing all right, but like I'm not trying to, I don't know, leave them with struggle.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? I want them to be able to not worry when I'm gone. I'm not there to save them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I want to be on my deathbed knowing they all got some money to fall back on, a place to go, like if things go south for them, as a kid, I had to worry about, did I have a place to sleep at night and things like that. You know what I mean? At times. So it was, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to ever have those worries.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and they shouldn't, you know. And I feel like we're in a great time, and you know, I feel like that you're constantly trying and showing them that just striving to always be better, to always find ways to be that little tiny percent better every day. You know, that's something that my wife had. The last store she worked at, there was like one of their things. It was like better every day, right? And like you talk about the Husker prayer, right? Day by day, we get better and better. That's something I've thought about my whole life, bro. Like we used to do the Husker prayer before high school football games because it was still a prayer, I guess, you know. And I went to a Christian school, so
There's still a lot of people out there that pray the Huskers get better.
I mean, well, we pray the Husker get better, but
That's the Michigan fan in me. I got to get my shot in.
you know, you guys are. This is prime season for Michigan. You guys are having a great year of basketball. You know, honestly, Nebraska hasn't been the same team since you guys beat us in basketball. Honestly, like we've really kind of struggled down the stretch a little bit against teams that we, in my opinion, should have beat pretty handily. Because we came into you guys' we came to play you guys super beat up. You know, Ringmass had the flu. Hoiberg had the flu. Like all these guys are out there playing that really shouldn't be playing. Braden Frager had a ankle injury from 2 games prior. We weren't playing him at all, and so it was really just kind of a shit show, in my opinion. For us to even stay in it as long as we did was impressive. But Michigan is on a generational run right now in football and basketball. And it's cool to see. You know, I like to see
Michigan losing their coach this year on some like super white trash stuff was kind of crazy.
Did you see though? He might be getting absolved.
I saw he might be beating a charge.
Yeah,
at least the arrest stuff.
Yeah,
he's not beating the cheating on his wife.
No, he's not getting that, but he is getting like that. He may be like set up in this whole situation, and that will kind of like play into.
Yeah, he'll end up with Harbaugh at the Rams or something.
Probably. I'm sure the Raiders need an assistant or something. They love hiring people that get in trouble.
Right. So, yeah, man, you got any shout outs or anything? I know you can deliver your socials here. Kind of give me the shout outs and the socials.
Yeah. So, I just want to shout out Loudpack, LP with the Hands on Instagram, Loudpack ENT Studios on Facebook. I want to shout out all my guys. I want to shout out Trap Luciano. I want to shout out Bleezy G. I want to shout out KG Boog. I want to shout out Chief. I want to shout out Young Teaser. I want to shout out my producer Kaizo, Kaizoch. He's the truth. And he's all ours, so nobody can have him. He told me last week, he said, I'm exclusively Loudpack. And I was like, all right, beautiful. I want to shout out that girl Dollface. We just added a female artist we're doing a lot of work with all of us. And she's
here in town?
She's actually from Arizona. She's originally from New York, but she's in Arizona. She's just incredible Latina artist that does beautiful, light, airy pop vocals on a lot of stuff that we do. And she has her own solo music that is incredible as well. She kind of has this like, I don't know, kind of like it kind of gives me early 2000s vibes, like feel like it's just very airy and light and like, I don't know, just really cool.
All right.
So I want to shout out her. I want to shout out Hardlines, our producer from Chicago. I want to shout out my wife, who's making sure the pets are good.
Yeah.
And just want to shout out Prime Level Cleaning. If you guys need cleaning or auto detailing, let us know. We'd love to help you guys out. And I want to shout out Mamba Short Thoughts because you guys are literally the best. And this is my, third time here?
Yeah, but I mean, the other two, you were kind of here promoting the crew and your people. Yeah, you were more on a managerial capacity.
I really was.
We did get a few questions into you, but it was more for your guys.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So, yeah.
Oh, I did want to preview. I do want to preview this track, if that's okay. Can we do that real quick?
Yeah. You play it through the mic?
Yeah, that's probably fine. Let's see here.
So there we go. You guys are going to get some shit nobody else has heard.
It's that exclusive.
time it feels like it was just yesterday. I feel like I'm driving on the interstate. And it's late, and it's icy, and I'm sweating. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm sure find out. I'm so good at taking hoes, like a T-boy, I can't find out. Got a t-shirt on his face, because he almost find out. I just turned blind, I think I'm just a wonder. Jotted down a letter and I sent it your way. And you say I'm sorry for everything that you never forget. I do apologize for every time I lied and told you I was up there. It was so hard for me to be around when everyone around me was so fake. Yeah, I don't know why I'm here yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm still good at taking hoes, like a T-boy, I can't climb out. Got a t-shirt on his face, because he always find out. I just turned blind, I think I'm just a wonder.
There it is.
So yeah, that's gonna be on my project Lone Star. It's gonna be only in hand. I'm gonna have 5 and Dime Productions handle all the CDs printing for that. Yeah, we're gonna have that in hand very soon.
That's what's up. I was about I kind of wrote myself a note here. You're going to be doing that. Basically, only physical CDs can be. You can't get it anywhere else. And I love the idea. It's artists kind of taking it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like let's be real, bro. You ain't gonna make a bunch of money on Spotify or you know what I mean?
No.
Like. And for then it's like 4 million views for like $4,000 or something crazy.
Yeah, they don't pay nothing anymore, it seems like.
So I can appreciate A, that you're going to use us to print it, but B, trying to get it back, the power back in your hands. So that'll be dope, dude. That'll be dope. We'll all be looking forward to that, and I'll help push that too. So
heck yeah, bro.
All right, man. You got anything else?
That's all I got for y'all. Just drink water and stay safe. Love y'all.
Wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands and your neck.
Have a good one, y'all.
Run it.
Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, short